Hi, my name is Aiden Andreessen, and this is my second entry on Catcher in the Rye for my IB English process portfolio. And I'm gonna be talking about a perfect day for banana fish. So this isn't actually Catcher in the Rye, sorry, but it is the section, and this is a story written by J.D. Salinger, and I'm just gonna be honest. The story really kind of threw me off. Okay, there's a lot of stuff to unfold, and I was a bit confused. I mean, I understand the basics of what's happening, but analysis-wise, I can't. I don't fully see yet what J.D. Salinger was really trying to say. Except maybe I have one idea, but but this is actually segues very easily into the first question. What is Salinger's message? My only idea for what Salinger's message could be is the fact that so we start off with this girl having a conversation with her mother about her husband, and they're like saying how the mother's kind of worried. She says he might be mentally unstable, there might be something wrong, and the girl is like completely denying this. She keeps saying, no, everything's okay, he's fine, like, what are you talking about, you know? Most people would kind of react like that, and just assume that, well, this is my significant other, this is my husband, or this is my wife. They're not insane, they wouldn't do anything like this. And then, like, sorry, but, then the dude freaking comes back at the end of the novel. In the last paragraph, he kills himself. And the only thing I can think of is that J.D. Salinger was trying to maybe address the fact that there's these significant others, these people that are supposed to be close with these people, like these veterans or whatever, because he was a veteran of war. He was in World War II, or I'm assuming World War II, because he's a young couple and he's from war, so World War II is the only war that fits that time era, 1948 or whatever. So, I think he was trying to say that these people, not even their closest, like, people around them, their wives, their husbands, you know, or mostly just wives, because male veterans, even knew about the mental health problems they had. So I think J.D. Salinger is trying to bring attention to that and kind of say, hey guys, there's something going on. Just because you deny it and you say there's nothing happening, and the other person's not telling you, this veteran or whatever, this troubled-minded person with like PTSD or something in their head that's messed up, that they're struggling with, just because they're not telling you that doesn't mean it doesn't exist. So, I think that's the one thing, is that he was really trying to just hammer in, and I know I keep talking about that, but that's the only message I could really like grasp from the whole story. Just the fact that she was so blind to the fact that he was mentally not okay, but he was also probably not showing it off in any way, because he seemed fine in the other parts of the story. A little bit odd, but still. On to the next question. Do you see similarities to Catcher in the Rye? I kind of do, just in his writing style alone and his skill. J.D. Salinger is very good at capturing the way that people actually talk to other people, and how we'll start talking about something, and then we'll just kind of shift, and they'll put like a little hyphen in, and they just completely cut off their thought. And it doesn't always make sense when you're reading it. We're so used to stories like having these full thoughts and all of our characters always knowing what to say, but J. Salinger has this much more authentic way of writing that kind of fits it. It's like sometimes we start talking and we don't really know what the hell we're gonna say at the end of the sentence. So I think that in my opinion, that's a really cool way to write, and it's much more intriguing. Like, it's a conversation when he writes like that, especially when it's dialogue. Like, I actually feel like I'm reading real dialogue. But and some of the language was very similar. I think that was just kind of J.D. Salinger was trying to be authentic with his writing. Like, this is how people talk. I'm not gonna write like all formal and all, you know. But And then and this kind of next part is common themes slash or common ideas. Common themes, ideas. I I don't really know. I don't. There wasn't something that was really standing out to me like this is a lot like Catcher in the Rye. I could tell from the dialogue that seemed very similar, idea wise. Maybe the fact that he does have something psychologically going on with him, like he is screwed up, and we understand that at the end. Like not screwed up bad, but I'm just saying from his war time, like he obviously is tormented. His brain is going through a lot, and so that could be J.D. Salinger talking about his mental health, addressing that, because in Capture in the Rye we see that Holden Caulfield's going through a shit ton of stuff. Like he lost his brother years before. He's still not over that. There's multiple other things that are emotionally straining on him. He's been kicked out of these schools. He doesn't feel like he really belongs fully. So, and he's also just coming of age. So there's a lot of things that are going on in Holden's life already. So, it is like there's a whole mental aspect to that. And then just one more common theme that it wasn't really like literary or anything, like some technique that he was using to deliver a message in any way, but or I don't know, it wasn't exactly like just something that he could write. Like it was a very specific example. The fact that the parents have money in Catcher in the Rye, Holden's parents, it's obvious that they have lots of money as they're sending it to all these boarding schools and stuff, and they're wasting money on that. Basically, they have this nice house and everything, and then we come and we look into this life in A Perfect Day for Banana Fish, and the girl who's the husband of the veteran, the wife of the veteran, sorry, she is offered to go on a cruise alone from her parents. And I don't know if some things were just completely different back then, but that's something only pretty well off people do these days. And they're also on vacation for a few weeks in Florida. There's a lot of things, and they also live in New York City. That's another thing, that New York City also comes up again in his works. So I think he's obviously just pretty familiar with New York, and he likes to bring it up. But yeah, there's this common thread of just wealthy parents that are able to kind of just support these kids if they need it and offer help. But besides that, I couldn't really see any other common themes. I did think there was going to be something weird sexually with the, I know it sounds weird, but with Seymour and the little girl, Sybil or something like that, Sybil, because I have read that J.D. Salinger was kind of a pedophile almost. Or he dated very young girls and stuff. So when it talked about like him kissing the girl's feet and stuff and grabbing her wrist, and her ankles, I was kind of questioning where this story would go, especially because some other people told me it was really weird. So, in combination with that, I really thought it was going to go a different way. I did not expect this guy to just go back to his room and just off himself. But overall, I actually thought it was a pretty interesting story. I don't fully understand what his message was here, but also I know J.D. Salinger was a little bit weird, so there might have. That's probably on purpose. There wasn't like a completely clear message, but still pretty good. And that concludes my entry, and thank you for watching. Have a nice day.